What's going on, you grinding fools? Welcome back to another episode of Dan's Grinding Customs with the old Dan Coyote. Today's episode, we're going to explain to you how we're up here, what has changed since the last episode, and any troubleshooting and problems that we have run into and are getting fixed right now. So, where have we gone all this time? Why has it been almost a month since our last upload? What's been going on? I know I've been getting direct messages asking me, where have you guys gone? And the subscribers are still subscribing, even with no content. So, I figured we'd better get some content out and keep you guys plenty happy. So, since the last video, as you can see, the truck is fully assembled. We have a brand new windshield from Safelite, and it is up here. So, did we push it? Did we pull it? Or did we tow it? Well, if you answered any of those questions, you're wrong to all three of those options. This baby drove up here under her own power for the very first time. So, since the last video, we got our transmission cross member, our drive shaft cross member fabricated, installed, and we got our two-piece drive shaft finished and installed. Now, that was a little bit of a process, calculating all the pinion angles, finding a true 0 point, and setting your 3 degrees. So the rear end, we made sure, if I'm correct, it's positive 3 degrees, transmission down 3 degrees, and those combined total, the rear ended up being like 2.8 degrees or whatever. So each way we ended up like a 0.2 degree offset between the two, closer to 0 the better. So we are pretty dead on with the drive shaft. Now, we took this baby out for her first test drive. Yes, we took it down the road. Now, with an exhaust, you may ask, no, what is the need for an exhaust? We were full open headers. Our neighbors absolutely loved us. What's the difference between open headers and a jet flying on by? So, we went for a quick little test drive with the open headers, and we're going down the road, and all of a sudden the truck keeps dying. Why does it keep dying? Like, it keeps dying out after every less than a half a mile. Well, I'm thinking a fuel issue. I'm like, there's got to be something wrong with the fuel. All right, it keeps choking itself out, it's stuttering, and then there's no gas pedal. Like, it's not responding. I'm like, what's going on? So I ended up finally getting this thing home after like 20 minutes. I brought it right down the road. But it keeps starting it, stopping, starting and stopping. It took a little bit of time. So I got her home. I snagged up my code reader. We plugged it in, and everything was pretty good, except one very bad code. TCM. Programming error. So now with this TCM programming error, it resulted in the engine not knowing what gear it's in, or it's seeing that there's a code, a fault, so it cuts your fuel and shuts the truck down so you do not damage your transmission, and you can get it to a garage to get it fixed. Now, Mars Truck Auto Parts in Ohio was gracious enough to let me mail them back that PCM, and all it was is they are simply updating it, because there was a transmission swap, and sometimes the PCM needs a flash or two, and in my case I needed another round of getting it flashed and updated to work right with this PCM. So they got that today, they're taking care of it, and it'll be back this week. Now, will we have any further issues? Who knows, but we're hoping that we'll take care of the TCM programming error and we'll be driving this thing around. Now, I wanted to take a little time to give a little shout out to Alan Whitland over at Alan's Service Connections out in Munson, Massachusetts. He hooked us up. He helped us weld up our drive shaft cross member, make some notches in the plates, seat the square tubing in the plates, weld it up, make it nice and safe, and I installed it. Not only has he done that, but he will be the guy doing our full exhaust. We are doing a 2.5-inch exhaust with an H-pipe, straight back to a Flowmaster 40 series mufflers, and then we are going to come out right here with some dual square tip exhaust tips. So that's going to be a really nice touch to the truck. I've got the interior fully together. We got the wiring all soldered and heat shrunk, so it's all nice and secure now. Everything's running nice. The fuel tank is taken care of. We had a slight leak with the fuel tank. Unfortunately, there was just a weld there that on the sump that failed, and so we had a leak. So we had to rinse the tank out, fill the tank with water, and weld the tank up. No big deal, it took a little bit of time, but we got it all squared away. So, interior's together, we got the horn working, we got reverse lights, we got brake lights, we got directionals, we got hazards. Another person that hooked us up was OBS. I'm gonna have to get the name, I will drop it down in the description, but there's an OBS part out shop out in Florida, and I needed the directional and wiper module switch, and mine was broken. They sent that right out to me. I needed the rear drive shaft bolts. They took care of that for me too. So I'm pretty happy everybody's helping out with this build and getting everything taken care of. Now, not only was the TCM a snag we ran into, but the engine slant was another one we ran into. So, popped the hood, the engine had like a 12-degree slant. I mean, it was pretty noticeable. What happened was I had the engine sitting right where I wanted it, and then when I was underneath installing the transmission cross member, I had lowered it, you know, lifted everything up. So when I thought I was okay with the transmission, the engine was sitting like this. So I had to go back in here, I had to take everything back out, all the cross members, drive shafts, everything, remeasure all my angles from the engine to the transmission, get everything according, and get it all re-drilled, bolted back on, and now it's sitting pretty nicely. Now I'm going to take you underneath the hood to see how much cleaner everything's looking. So, here we go. I'm going to bring you on over. Now, there's only been slight modifications to the straight six-cylinder engine. Just a little power upgrade, nothing wild. Let's bring you on over, guys. Hey, remember, don't forget to like and subscribe down below. Share it with your friends, and if you need any helps with your Coyote swaps, whether it be an OBS, a Mustang, anything like that, feel free to send us a message and we can try to help you the best we can. But most importantly, don't forget to subscribe. Now let's take a little walk around here. Look at this. I mean, I think this has come out pretty nice since we last have been around here. Look at this. I think this truck is looking pretty snazzy now. Now let's bring you right on into the engine bay. Look at this. Ain't that beautiful? Look at that Coyote swap right there. I'm loving it. Still got a little bit of cleanup to do, but nothing crazy. Little shout out here to our stickers. We got Texas Speed Lab Performance, QA1, Competition Engineering, Speedway, and more QA1 and Competition Engineering. Just a little bit of everybody who's helped out on this build big time, and everything we have purchased from. Let's take a nice little walk around here. Look at that stance. I think this is looking pretty nice to me. Look at that. Alright guys, now I'm going to show you the underneath of this truck. Now mind you, there's still things that need to be painted, slightly modified, and all that. But just to give you a little shot, you can see our traction bars, which we finally got gapped correctly. Look at that. Our traction bars, our nice frame, drive shaft. There's still a couple little wiring things from the harness we need to tie up. There you go, guys. I think it's looking damn near good. Oh, this hood is so heavy. Oh. Now, you thought this video was over. Well, there is one thing that I had forgotten all about. We have something coming in the mail. This hood, it might be pretty good shape and nothing wrong with it. But we went ahead and we went to Cervini's and we ordered ourselves a 92 to 96 fiberglass 4-inch cowl hood. So I am pretty happy with that. That came at a cost, but it will be shipped out in a few weeks and it will be here by the end of June. So that is something else to look forward to. Now it's not paint match right now. It will come in a white gel coat. So it will be a nice white hood with a red body. But that's part of the fun of these projects. It's just getting it together. Then it's cleaning up the paint and all the little scratches and scuffs and dents and pulling those all out and making everything look beautiful. But right now, she's still looking pretty good. And hopefully it's going to be driving. And hopefully next week, within a week or two, we're going to bring this to a local cruise night and get some videos of people's reactions and everything like that. So, I think that's all going to wrap it up for today's video. We went over, we got the traction bars, we got a new hood coming, we got the windshield, we got the brakes taken care of, we got the all the cross members for the drive shaft and transmission, and the drive shaft is installed. So now the only thing we are waiting on is my PCM from Mars Trucking Auto Parts in Ohio. So, let's go Mars, chop chop. Let's get this thing back and hopefully get this truck running nice, get it to the exhaust shop, get it to the tuner, get this thing tuned in, and hopefully dyno run soon. And until then, keep on grinding, brothers. Don't forget to like and subscribe down below, share to your friends, and most importantly, if you have any questions, feel free to ask us. Don't be afraid. We're always available, always willing to answer any questions to the best of our abilities. And if there's anything we cannot answer, we'll send you to a good friend of ours. Thank you and have a good one. And keep on grinding.